Welcome to Earthy Goddess Mama. This is the new moon in Pisces reading here in Australia on the 7th of March 2019 at 5 minutes past 3 in the morning. Tomorrow in a few hours, yeah? So I've uploaded this reading to talk about the energies that are prevalent around this time, and there's some wild things going on in our skies at the moment. I mean, we have Uranus moving back into Taurus, Mercury's gone retrograde, and now we have all the spiritual creative energy of Pisces surrounding us. So what does this mean? So the new moon is when the sun and the moon is conjunct. So the moon is at the end of its cycle. I mean, it's recharging its batteries. It's the dark moon. So it's pulling in all the energies that's around, and at the moment it's Pisces energy. So Pisces is a deeply spiritual sign. Pisces is the 12th house in astrology, in Western astrology, and yeah, it's water. It's a water sign along with Scorpio and Cancer. So it's deeply spiritual, creative, musical, emotional, selfless, very empathetic, but so empathetic that there's a merging of emotions. Where does one person's emotions begin and it's like they embrace, they take on people's pain. And I have a lot of Pisces energy in my chart, so I really understand this. I have a lot of Neptune and Pisces in my chart. So this is a really amazing time, especially with Mercury in retrograde, to retreat from the urgency of the world. Trust the flow of what's happening in your life. Take time to review, to reflect, to reset, to really go deep into yourself. It happened for me on the weekend. I had a huge shift before this. But I mean, that's the shadow period of the Mercury retrograde and the new moon, like doing that last bit of releasing before you put your new intentions, your new seeds of intentions out to the universe. But we really need to understand that it's not a good time to charge forward with Mercury in retrograde with new projects. So it's a real time of maybe coming up with a new idea, sitting with it, so slowly feeling into it, grounding it, because we have Mars in Taurus. Mars in Taurus is sextiling this new moon. Where did I write that? I wrote it somewhere. Yep. Sextiles with this new moon, sextiles with Mars and Taurus. Mars is all about desire, drive. It's a masculine principle. Taurus is money, security, stability. The earth, it's very grounded, the physical body. And with Uranus moving into Taurus as well, we have, there's a grounded energy here. So we're not going to float away. We're not going to completely merge with other people and have no boundaries and not know where we begin and the other person ends. It's like, because there's such a receptive nature around, there's such a strong receptive energy around, you might just want to encapsulate yourself in a bit of a bubble during this time, especially the Mercury retrograde time. Your spiritual nature with this new moon is completely aroused today. Sorry, I just see myself glitching. I apologize. I hope it's not too bad. Your spiritual nature is aroused today and your creative imagination is stimulated. So, it's possible though to take on the moods and emotions of others, so just be aware of that, because you have such a deep ability to feel compassionate. It can be almost all-encompassing energy. And the opposing sign of Pisces is Virgo. So Pisces and Virgo, Virgo's the hermit, and that's someone that's off on their own, introspection, growing spiritually, wanting to feel into their spiritual nature. and Pisces is the moon card. Interestingly, I wonder how many times the moon will come up in this reading. Be interesting to see. So the moon is all about fear, intuition, what's being illuminated, what's an illusion here. You know, it's that, because Pisces can be so imaginative, so creative, but also psychic. It's like, what's real here? How can I ground myself? Floating away, what is real? And they can live in a world of illusions and drug addiction and their imagination. So it's really wonderful to have this Mars and Taurus energy around, because, you know, it's that ability to turn those creative, even those spiritual ideas. I mean, you might have spiritual healing idea, an alternate healing idea, and the Mars in Taurus is there for you to make it tangible, make it real, make it practical, so it can be taken from the imagination, the, you know, other realms into the physical, grounded down and made manifest. So, for example, it could be an amazing song that you're really inspired to write that could create, you know, financial stability for you in the future. You know, a painting to sell, an article, you know, writing. We have with Mercury in retrograde. Mercury is in Pisces as well. So there is a real lot of spiritual, psychic insight that's going to really come to us during this time. So yeah, like again, like using that Mars and Taurus energy, you can use those psychic skills, use your intuitive skills to help others, to heal others, to do, you know, something of service. Virgo is very of service. Pisces is very selfless. So grounding it and giving something out to others. But also, you know, it's that giving and receiving. You're receiving as well, you know, financial return, energy, you know, bartering. Someone might gift you something, which is really, yeah, it's just energy, exchange, time, and, you know, giving someone your time and attention, and then giving something reciprocal back. So there's also, this new moon is a sextile with the midheaven in Taurus. The midheaven is all about, you know, on the chart, it's right on your birth chart, it's right in the middle, and it shows your vocational aptitudes, your work. So there's a sextile with Taurus, so it's about using your work and using this imaginative energy and what you love to do to create tangible results. There's action and it's deliberate and grounded, but it's also slow moving. Taurus does not rush ahead. So it's perfect for this Mercury retrograde to sort of just, you know, make those micro movements towards where you want to be in the future. Sort of having that real balance. The real balance with not rushing ahead and taking time to reflect on how intuitive your action is. Really, what I'm hearing is allowing yourself to trust the process of life, allowing yourself to flow with life more. Because you're able to, when you trust it, when you trust the wisdom that's coming through, you're able to navigate. It's pretty amazing power to navigate with psychic awareness. And we all have the capacity to do this. But, you know, we have Chiron. I thought I wrote this down. Oh, sorry, just to touch on this as well, for another level of how you can make things tangible. Saturn in Capricorn is also sextiling this new moon. So Saturn is all about structure and working, and Capricorn's really ambitious. So this is, you know, it's at 9 degrees. So that's Pisces energy and numerology, because it's spirituality and wisdom. So it's all about being able to work towards what you imagine you desire for yourself. But there's no rush. It's grounded with Taurus energy, so it's all good. So yeah, so what I was going to talk about is this Chiron energy with the healing element to this. Where did I write that? Let me find it. Maybe I didn't write it. Okay, yes I did. Yeah, so Chiron has moved back into Aries. So that's right. So there's a real healing element here. Sorry, I've just lost my train of thought now by coming and looking at these pieces of paper rather than trusting my intuition. Although I do need to know the exact aspects so then I can tell you. Not that it's really, I mean, if you're not into astrology, it's really not going to mean that much. But there's a lot of Neptunian energy, and with Chiron, I haven't got it in front of me, but I know Chiron, here it is. Chiron is here because this is what the Mercury retrograde is all about. The Mercury retrograde is to go within, is to sit with what is to review your life and look at what you've created, and perhaps how old patterns and beliefs and wounds have had you creating unconsciously. So you're going to get some real epiphanies and downloads, and you're really going to be able to quietly observe your inner process. It's going to be a very introspective time. Yeah, but it's a perfect time to use that time to write that song. But not rush forward with marketing it or whatever, but when you're going within, use that as your cathartic force to heal, to heal the wounds and to just lay it all out, paint the picture, write an article, write a song, write a poem, write a book. It's a reset time right now with this new moon, and especially with the Mercury retrograde, just to go deep within. And the Uranus and Taurus energy, yeah, that's a big, I did a reading on the Uranus and Taurus last year. Maybe I'll look for it and tag it, link it in the bottom. But this is 7-year transit, so this is your visionary progress. It's chaotic, sudden changes, things can just, so when it's in Taurus, it's like all this innovative, radical energy can be put into practical, grounded, tangible action. So for our planet, it's amazing. We're going to see people changing their diets because Taurus is all about the physical body as well. People perhaps not eating as much meat, considering it is creating the most environmental damage on our planet, and we don't really want to acknowledge that. So it might not mean people are going vegan. They might just be eating less meat and dairy in their diets, which will have a huge impact on the planet. Imagine if everyone, just for one meal a day, James Cameron's wife, I've lost her name. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you her book. Susie Cameron. She lives near my parents in New Zealand, near Martinborough, Greytown. Yeah, change the world by changing one meal a day, making one meal a day vegan. We can do this. Of course we can. It's not a big deal. It's nothing to be freaked out about, but imagine if we all did it. So this is a pretty amazing book. Well worth a look for. I'm sure it's on Amazon. I got my copy from my mumma. Thanks, mumma. Signed by Susie. Yeah. So yeah, we can, like, Uranus and Taurus is all about this. All about innovative ways to change what's happening on our planet. I am super lucky to live in a very alternative town, and what I'm noticing more and more, that very conservative people, straights as the old Nimbin hippies would have you call them, coming to Nimbin for alternate healing, cannabis oil, because they're very disillusioned with Western medicine and what's happening in the wider society with pharmaceutical medicines and not really getting to the root cause of illness and disease. So we're going to see more and more shifts over the next 7 years for energy work. You know, more and more people are going to be seeking energy work because we are all just vibrating beings after all. You know, I believe there's going to be more of a push for sound frequency healing, energy healing, lots of different healing techniques, and definitely cannabis oil is going to be huge. And just like using hemp for so many more things, it grows like a weed, hardly needs any water, along with bamboo, very similar. We're going to be really innovating and looking at ways to help save our planet. I work in the most amazing little shop in Nimbin called the Green Bank, and it's wonderful to see people coming in and buying stainless steel straws and keep cups for coffee and their own stainless steel bottle, rather than continually buying, you know, getting drinks with plastic straws and constantly getting takeaway cups with the plastic lids that never break down, or getting plastic water bottles. These are little changes we can all make on a day-to-day level to help our planet. It's a bit of a preachy reading tonight. Music and arts, it's all going to be shifting. And financial institutions, Taurus rules money, so there's going to be big shifts in how banking, there could be, the last time Uranus was in Taurus was in the 30s. We all know what happened in the 30s, so, you know, we've just got to trust and go with the flow of this. But, you know, we also need to empower ourselves with basic life skills and understand that our planet has everything we need for healing and for our growth, for the greater growth of everyone else. But what we need to understand is that right now with Uranus and Taurus, we need to get back to the grassroots, because Uranus is it's sudden shifts, and it could be sudden shifts to do with the weather, Mama Gaia pushing back. I spoke about this in the other reading. This could happen for sure. She's right out of balance now, so how does she come back into balance? She, you know, things have got to tip. That's why we're seeing a lot of wild weather, a lot of unseasonable weather patterns. But some people argue they are just cyclic. If we look out at the bigger picture, these cycles come and go. This planet's been around for much longer than we have, but look at us, little, almost like parasites taking over its host. So we will see big shifts with regard to the planet, on a human level, on an environmental level, on a climatic level, financial, economic levels. There's going to be a lot of changes. So we need to embrace ourselves for this. And during this retrograde, it's going to be perfect for doing that. And with this Piscean energy, if you really want to really tap into it, it would be an amazing time to start a spiritual practice, I'm hearing. If you have not got or ever had a spiritual practice, make one. Buy a deck of cards. Make a little altar, like get just some incense and some candles and have somewhere sacred to sit and just watch the incense burn or watch the candle burn and just sit with yourself. Doesn't have to be anything grand and ostentatious. Like you don't need a massive deity in your living room, or you don't have to sit in the lotus position if that doesn't feel comfortable for you. You don't have to meditate like a monk for 2 hours. But it is a really amazing time to be introspective, to meditate, to listen to sound frequencies I'm hearing. They help shift things pretty quickly, yeah? So right now I'm going to pull an siGn card for every astrological sign, starting with Pisces. Hey, my lovely Pisceans. What I'm going to do is I am going to pull a card for what you need to release, the obstacles, and the outcome. What you need to release, the obstacles, and the outcome. Okay, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Wow. Wow, okay. So we have the Hermit, perfect Pisces, of course. And this is your opposing sign, this is Virgo. So it could be dealing with a Virgo, or this is you tapping into your spiritual awareness. I'm hearing letting go of feeling like you need to be the master, that you need to be so serious in your spiritual practice, Pisces. And what I'm hearing also is the obstacle is a new beginning, and the outcome is letting go. So there is a letting go of perhaps a Virgo, letting go of the need to be alone, feeling like you need to be alone, and constantly working on yourself. You don't need to anymore. You've got this. Lighten up, I'm hearing. Not take yourself so seriously, Pisces. It's time for a new beginning. A new beginning. So this is what you're tapping into, and what the outcome is letting go of all emotional attachments. Letting that raindrop fall gracefully, flowing, trusting. The Fool's trusting. Some people say the Fool is naive. Is the Fool naive? Is the Fool naive? Or is the Fool open, curious, an open channel for guidance? Yeah, there's always going to be lessons to learn. Just going to read the Master, because it's a unique card to the siGn Tarot. The Master in Zen is not the master of others, but a master of himself. His every gesture and every word reflects an enlightened state. He has no private goals, no desire that anything should be other than the way it is. His disciples gather around him not to follow him, but to soak up his presence and be inspired by his example. In his eyes they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence they fall more easily into the silence of their own beings. The Master welcomes the disciples not because he wants to lead them, but because he has so much to share. Together they create an energy field that supports each unique individual in finding his or her own light. If you can find such a master, you are blessed. If you cannot, keep on searching, learn from the teachers and the would-be masters, and move on. Charavati, Charavati, said Buddha, keep on moving. Okay, so that's what it's all about. You're letting go of a teacher. You're releasing a teacher. You're stepping into your own inner truth and your own inner awareness. You're a new beginning, but you need to let this teacher go. It's time to move on. You've outgrown them. There's nothing else you need to learn from them, Pisces. This could mean not just a teacher, could mean a group, a particular spiritual following, a religion. You'll know what it is for you. It'll be different for everyone. This is a general reading. Okay, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You're releasing the dream, the romantic dream. Yeah. Okay. So what you're releasing is this neediness, Aries, the need to have someone by your side. Because what I'm hearing is that you're having a big breakthrough, or this could be Libra. Big breakthrough in understanding that everyone you have in your life is a reflection of you. How clear is your reflection? Are you becoming the lover you're seeking? Or are you just sitting there in neediness, looking out for your savior? Please come save me. You're going to attract someone that's codependent also. It's a time for a rebirth. This is the Ten of Swords. So going from the unconscious to conscious to openness, innocence, and curiosity. I love this rebirth card so much. You can see the camel and the lion roaring in pain. So I just needed to check this out because I love it. This is the camel. This is a story from Fredericks. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm really sorry. It's the book, Thus Spake Zarathustra. It speaks of 3 levels: the camel, the lion, and the child. The camel is sleepy, dull, self-satisfied. He lives in delusion, thinking he's a mountain peak, but really he is so concerned with others' opinions, he hardly has any energy of his own. Emerging from the camel is the lion. When we realize that we've been missing life, we start saying no to the demands of others. We move out of the crowd, alone, proud, roaring our truth. But this is not the end. Finally, the child emerges, neither acquiescent, God, I can't say that word, I'm so sorry, or nor rebellious, but innocent and spontaneous and true to his own being. So this is all about rebirthing into the new. This is if you want to attract a lover that your one true love, which is an illusion, if you want to attract a deeply satisfying soul love, you need to heal lots and lots of aspects in yourself that keep attracting you to people that either you end up hurt or it's just deeply unsatisfying. So anytime you're triggered by another, I say this all the time, you need to turn it around and say, how is this an aspect of me? You truly want to be able to see the other. Can you see the other, or are you projecting all your stuff onto them? There's a tower moment here too, so that could go along with this breakthrough. But you're rebirthing into the new, Aries. You're letting go of neediness and codependency. This takes, if you want a clear reflection of who you are, there's a lot of healing involved. There's a lot of pulling out of those 10 swords. There's a lot of roaring in pain and stepping into your greatest strength to get back to this innocence and this openness and this trust again for life and what it really wants to bring to you. So now we have Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. for whatever reason you want to watch it. It's a completely general reading, which I didn't say at the start. It may not resonate for you. It does not matter. If you've been guided here, there could be a message. Okay, Taurus, sun, moon, rising for this new moon. New moon in Pisces. Wow, you're releasing. Right. Right, so either you're releasing another earth sign, or you're releasing the need. You're releasing the need to master your own energy. I'm hearing that there's more grace and flow to your life now. Moving away from past painful narratives and conditionings. Maybe you've always been really conditioned to be a workaholic, I'm hearing. But now there's a grace and a flow with the way you're no longer on your hands and knees. You're expanding out into the world of your limitless nature. I'm going to read this one too. It's the Hanged Man. New vision. The figure in the card is being born anew, merging from his earthbound roots and growing wings to fly into the unbounded. The geometric shapes around his body, the body of the figure, show the many dimensions of life simultaneously available to him. The square represents the physical, the manifest, the known. The circle represents the unmanifest, the spirit, pure space. And the triangle symbolizes the threefold nature of the universe: manifest, unmanifest, and the human being, which contains them both. Who contains both? We are now presented with an opportunity to see life in all dimensions. From the depths to the heights, they exist together, and when we come to know from experience that the dark and the difficult is needed as much as the light and the easy, then we begin to have a very different perspective on the world. By allowing all of life's colors to penetrate us, we become more integrated. And this is what I'm hearing here. Taurus can hoard. Taurus loves beautiful things. Taurus can be very materialistic. So what I'm hearing here is understanding your inner richness, moving away from those past painful narratives about what does it mean to feel secure, be at home with yourself. Understand that if you lost everything today, you can create anew. And this is just flowing with life. This is expanding out into your unlimited nature. But it's also what I'm hearing is this energy, this is the obstacle energy, and the Six of Swords is the outcome. So what I'm hearing here is to trust instead of mistrust. Trusting your intuition to guide you, not an overactive, untrusting mind because of these old painful stories you've been carrying around about how people have treated you, so you expect the worst from others. This is understanding that all of this, maybe someone's deceived you or something's happened. All of this happened so you could grow into this more expanded version of yourself. Because this is how we learn. This is how we learn. This is how we learn to trust our intuition. Maybe you didn't listen to your intuition. Maybe you didn't see those red flags waving. And now you've got some pain to move away from. So we've got the 6 and the 7 here. But trusting this inner knowing, this inner voice, it won't guide you astray, Taurus. You can get off your hands and knees and don't expect life to be a struggle, I'm hearing. Understand that you make it a struggle by your attitude and your narratives. You create who you are and what you're vibrating. What are you vibrating, Taurus? Okay, now we have Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This new moon of Pisces. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. You're releasing a fire sign. Yeah, and it could be a Leo here. Wow, you have the King and Queen of Fire and Strength. So I'm hearing it could be a Leo here, very strongly. Well, you could have strong fire in your chart as well, Gemini. But the obstacle here is needing love. The best relationships are when the love for the other is stronger than the need. This is a kind of a codependent, longing, needy energy. It's not attractive. The thing is that if we want to attract, I just said it before, if we want to attract, our most ideal partner, lover, relationship, we need to become it. We need to become what we seek. So there's guidance here for you. This is the outcome, that you are surrounded by love. You are surrounded by guidance, angelic beings that want to guide you to find this person. That there's a need to release. I'm hearing, this may be what there needs to be released, to be solely focused on your passions, on your fire, on your creativity. You also have the strength to have an uncompromised life, to find love again. You have the strength to go it again, because you also have all of this, you have all of these beings around you that want to help you. So you just need to ask for guidance. You really need to allow this fire inside you, this creative inspiration you get. It's very similar to this guidance. So trust it to guide you, not only with your creative fire and your ability to lead others, be inspired leaders. This is like a king and a queen in this very small spread. It's pretty amazing. So it's trusting your guidance about whether this obstacle, I'm hearing love. You feel like love could be in the way of meeting your creative dreams. You're feeling like you're not sure if you can balance them both, but you can have everything. Why limit yourself? I'm hearing. Allow the divine, whatever you tap into, universal consciousness, allow it to guide you to make the right decision here. It doesn't have to be an or, one or the other. It's a middle path. It's balance. We need balance in life. Don't want to have regrets. Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this new moon in Pisces. Wow. Wow, this is pretty amazing, Cancer. So you're releasing. Okay, what am I hearing here? Wow. Look at these three cards. That's what you're releasing. This is a challenge, and this is the outcome. Wow. And then the bottom of the deck was the Ten of Cups. There's healing involved. See, there's healing. Lots of healing involved here. Healing, what I'm hearing, okay. You're releasing, before you start being really clear on what you're bringing in and your creativity and being totally open and transparent with the world, I'm hearing that there needs to be some form of boundaries with your gut. I'm hearing protecting yourself while you're healing. Protecting your energy, I'm hearing. Protecting your energy so then you can be clear and transparent and open, an open conduit for creation. Because there's the Wheel of Fortune is coming in here for you, Cancer. This means that the wheel is spinning in your favor. So I'm going to read the wheel for you. Reading one of these cards each. Okay, I'm going to put it here. The Wheel of Fortune. The symbol in this card is an enormous wheel representing time, fate, karma. Galaxies spin around this constantly moving circle, and the 12 signs of the zodiac appear on its circumference. Just inside the circumference are the 8 trigrams of the eaCh. And even closer to the center are the 4 directions, each illuminated by the energy of lightning. The spinning triangle is, at this moment, pointed upward toward the divine. And the Chinese symbol of yin and yang, male and female, creative and receptive, lies at the center. Excuse me one sec. Sorry. Apologies. Excuse me. Just needed a drink. The lies at the center. Okay, it is often been told that the only unchanging thing in the world is change itself. Life is continually changing, evolving, dying, and being reborn. All opposites play a part in this vast circular pattern. If you cling to the edge of the wheel, you get dizzy. Move towards the center of the cyclone and relax, knowing that this too will pass. So what I'm hearing is that you're feeling quite vulnerable at the moment about all this healing that's happening. But understand that this healing is, this is the King of Cups. This is you, Cancer. This is you mastering your emotions. This is you being the healer of yourself. And then, it'll shift. And you'll be moving into a new cycle. But right now, I'm saying it's not rushed. This is not a rush time. We've got Mercury retrograde. This is a time of harmony, of peace, of, balancing your chakras. I'm hearing heart, head, heart, third eye, heart center, third eye. Look at that. Like meditation. A 4 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. And, get out of these patterns. These patterns, round and round and round. You go, wow, different person. Like same energies, different person. It's same patterns coming back to see you, to be in front of you, for you to finally learn the lesson this time. It's just like it's cyclic. It's just constantly spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. There's a pattern here that's the outcome that you're going to be healing. You're going to be healing so it can spin anew, so you can create anew, so you can create a clearer, more emotionally fulfilling life, I'm hearing. But it's not going to be quick. There's a postponement with this because there's still a bit more healing that needs to take place, Cancer. Okay, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Leo. Or you could have that in your chart. Or you could be dealing with a Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Or an Aries. Wow, okay, so this is what you're releasing. Maybe you're releasing I'm hearing you don't really want to be as open at the moment. What's going on there? The obstacle is fight. There's a fight happening. Is it a fight within you? Okay, I'm hearing this is a fight between masculine and feminine. You want to be the emperor. You want to be the ruler of your own world. You want to stay independent. You want to fight for what you believe in. There's anger here, though, pushing against. What are you pushing against? Are you pushing against change? Are you resisting? What are you resisting, Leo? Are you resisting your own becoming? Or is this releasing? Okay, right. This is another story coming through. Okay, there's a big fight. The obstacle here for you to become independent and letting go of this earth sign is there's a lot of armor that's been created around you because of this. Something's happened where you've had to fight to become independent and you're not about to relinquish it. You love standing in your own power. You love not caring what other people think of you. You're a master of yourself. You've broken the chains and the cage of life, of society. You've had the courage to stand out on your own and bloom through adversity, because the adversity is because you maybe have been through a bit of a challenging, like there's been a huge change happen here. And now you've armored yourself up a bit. This is the obstacle to being fully clear and powerful in who you are. If you truly want to be powerful, you're peaceful. You don't waste energy on fighting. True power in the world is calm and centered and peaceful. It's not fighting and resisting and pushing against and arguing in your mind and then therefore creating that reflection in your outer life. Become the eagle. Soar above whatever conflict this is. Look at the bigger picture of what's happening here. Allow change to come. Allow the wheel to move in your favor. You have the strength and courage and wisdom to do this. Leo. Maybe we will look at the Emperor. Let me just read a little bit of the Emperor. I feel like I need to. The Rebel. Okay. Alright, I'm going to read this side this time. Yeah, people are very afraid of those who know themselves. Yeah? They have a certain power, a certain aura, a certain magnetism, a charisma that can take out alive young people from the traditional imprisonment. They're very powerful because when people see someone who's fully in their power, they're happy, they're living their life the way they want, younger people look up to them and go, what are you doing? And, they can be pulled out of this patterning, this indoctrination, this constant need to adhere to authority, which we're conditioned to do all of our lives. It's broken free of the shackles of that entrapment. The enlightened man cannot be enslaved. That is the difficulty. He cannot be imprisoned. Every genius who has known something of the inner is bound to be a little difficult to be absorbed. He is going to be an upsetting force. The masses don't want to be disturbed, even though they may be in misery. They are in misery, but they are accustomed to that misery. And anybody who is not miserable looks like a stranger. The enlightened man is the greatest stranger in the world. He does not seem to belong to anybody. No organization confines him, no community, no society, no nation. Truly independent. So the outcome is that you really want to be independent, Leo. You want to break free of fighting and conflict, whether it's inner conflict or external conflict with that earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this new moon, and Pisces. Wow. The Wheel of Fortune's coming up so much. Of course. Oh, nice. Virgo. Yay. So, this is what you're releasing. I'm hearing you're releasing control and just going with the change. Don't go on the outer of the circle. Don't get lost in the crazy winds at the outer of the hurricane. Get in the middle. Stay centered regardless of external circumstances, I'm hearing. And there's a discernment that needs to happen. And when you make this decision, Virgo, there is going to be huge success for you. I am just going to get this, beyond illusion. This is the obstacle. The butterfly in this card represents the outer, that which is constantly moving and that which is not real, but an illusion. And this is Piscean energy. This is the opposing sign of Pisces. really discerning what's illusionary and what is imagination, what is psychic awareness, and what is in front of you in this moment in a tangible form. What have you created? What is this reflection you see? Behind the butterfly is the face of consciousness, looking inward to that which is eternal. The space between the two eyes has opened, revealing the lotus of spiritual unfoldment and the rising sun of awareness. Through the rising of the inner sun, meditation is born. The card reminds us not to look outside for what is real, but to look within. When we focus on externals, we too often get caught up in judgments. This is good, this is bad, I want this, don't want that. These judgments keeps us trapped in our illusions, our sleepiness, our old habits, our patterns. Drop the opinionated mind and move inside. There you can relax to your own deepest truth, where the difference between dreams and reality is already known. So it's exactly what I said at the start. You're releasing, getting lost in external happenings, staying centered and balanced and integrated in your masculine and feminine. Living a dream within a dream. Like, your most greatest life is when you are totally immersed in your own heart's desires, your dreams. And like, it's that row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Singing this with my 4-year-old today. Life is but a dream. There's success here when you stay centered and keep creating anew, regardless of what's happening externally. Feeling like, whoa, I did this. I created this, yay. And what you might be creating might not be anything grand or hugely ambitious. Although this is working on your craft. This is the 8 of Rainbows, the 8 of Pentacles. There is victory here for you, Virgo, when you're grounded in action. When you're grounded, when you're focused, when you're disciplined to building your craft, to being fully immersed in the physical world and not getting lost in external happenings and change. And I'm hearing this big change, and I can see this is sticking out, so I've got to say trust. This is the Knight of Water, so you could have, love coming in, and there's full possibilities of working together with someone, but really, this is about being really grounded in how you're creating your life. Keep going back to your, visualizations. If things aren't as you want them, create a new. Accept, heal what may have, created a situation, whether, if something's going on in a relationship or you manifested something that's really challenging. Honor the, wound inside you that was part of the patterning and conditioning that created that situation, and heal from it. So we have now Virgo, we have Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this new moon in Pisces. It's a new awareness here for you, Libra. Breaking free of illusions. Okay. So you could have a water sign. There's stress here. You're trying to balance too much as the outcome. 2 sevens here, so trust and openness. So we have the awareness card. This is the Chariot. So this is a Cancer. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, and we have the King of Water here. So you could really be dealing with a Cancer here, Libra. I really want to talk about this illusionary thing that you're releasing here, because Pisces energy can be very illusionary. So I will read this. This is the Chariot. Chariot tends to mean moving forward, making decision, moving forward. Osho has a different take on it. The veil of illusion, Maya, that has been keeping you from perceiving reality as it is starting to burn away. The fire is not the heated fire of passion, but the cool flame of awareness. As it burns the veil, the face of the very delicate and childlike Buddha becomes visible. The awareness that is growing in you now is not a result of any conscious doing, nor do you need to struggle to make something happen. Any sense you might have had that you've been groping in the dark is dissolving now, or will be dissolving soon. Let yourself settle and remember that deep inside you are just the witness, eternally silent, aware, and unchanged. A channel is now opening from the circumference of activity to the center of witnessing. It will help you to become detached, and a new awareness will lift the veil from your eyes. So it's dropping out of the mind, because what I'm hearing, the obstacle here is there's still a blame game going on. And it could be to do with this. You know, you could be releasing a Cancer person from your life because there's a bit of a blame game going on here. You're not seeing each other clearly. You're just seeing a reflection of your own pain. And it's causing quite a bit of stress. You're trying to balance everything at the moment. You're trying to keep everything up in the air, but it's only a matter of time. This is like, I'm hearing this is kind of masked energy. This is not realness. That you're not really showing yourself. You don't want to show yourself. You're just constantly projecting all of this energy onto the other. So there's a sense of needing to release. There's a sense of needing to heal, definitely, but I'm hearing yeah, there's some deep healing that needs to go on here, Libra, with regard to how this is the obstacle. So you really need to be honest with yourself. Whenever someone else is triggering you, you need to turn it around and look at where that's come from and what does that say about you. Okay, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is for the new moon and Pisces. You're releasing the need to be independent. I'm hearing interdependence. Yeah. Wow. So you're here as well. You're at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Wow, I've just got to put these out here because they're yelling at me. So there's some deceit that's been going on here. Masks, lying to yourself. There's an emotional release here. It's from guilt, like you're letting go of feeling guilty about things that you've done in the past. Things that you're feeling quite not okay about because it's been kind of slippery, slimy, dishonest energy. But you're letting go of these patterns. I'm hearing you're letting go of being in your mind and being in your ego. I'm hearing it's quite egoic, yeah. There's a lot of healing that's going on here. You're letting go of this really strong, independent energy. But it's also, I'm hearing, yeah, letting go of the need to go alone, because right here we have partnerships. The obstacle is embracing a partnership, looking at the bigger picture about what it means, and integrating. So integrating these energies. Anything that's, you feel not so great about in your past, your shadow energy. Love them. Be compassionate about them. This is Pisces time, so if you can be compassionate with others, which I know you are, Scorpio, you're deeply compassionate, be compassionate with yourself about how perhaps you weren't entirely honest, and there's a lot of guilt involved here, but there's a need to release that emotion, to really let that go, to let all of that stuff go that doesn't emotionally fulfill you. So I'm going to read, this is Temperance, yeah. It is the card of Sagittarius, actually, so you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Yeah, I'm going to read, one part of it. The conflict is in man. Unless it is resolved, it cannot be... Sorry, let me start again. The conflict is in man. Unless it can be resolved there, it cannot be resolved anywhere else. The politics is within you. It is between the two parts of the mind. A very small bridge exists. If that bridge is broken through some accident, through some physiological defect or something else, the person becomes split. The person becomes two persons. The phenomenon of schizophrenia or split personality happens. If the bridge is broken and the bridge is very fragile, then you become two. You behave like two persons. In the morning, you're very loving, very beautiful. In the evening, you're very angry. Absolutely different. I'm sorry, I can see myself glitching. So annoying. Okay, so this is like two different people here. You don't even remember your morning. How can you remember? Another mind was functioning and the person becomes two persons. If this bridge is strengthened so much that the two minds disappear as two and become one, then integration, the crystallization arises. The crystallization of being is nothing but the two minds becoming one, the meeting of the male and the female within, the meeting of the yin and the yang, the meeting of the left and the right, the meeting of logic and illogic, the meeting of Plato and Aristotle. It's about union within oneself. And then you can have, create partnerships, create such healing. But there's a lot of postponement here. There's a lot of healing that needs to go on here, Scorpio. Because I'm hearing there's a lot of feeling really hard on yourself. Really guilty about something. And maybe you're still hiding something that you're not sure if you really want to let go of. That split personality thing. So maybe you show someone just one side of you and then there's a whole other personality that you keep for different people in your life. Yeah, so there's a bit of healing that needs to go on there, Scorpio, a bit of integration between, perhaps two personas you've got going on, which would account for the Seven of Swords having a mask. Because you're not being truly authentic, because you're split. Okay, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. New Moon and Pisces. Fading a little bit. Going over an hour. Okay, it's a slowing down energy. You're releasing, slowing down. Wow, there's new passion coming through, Sag. Awesome. You've got Jupiter in your sign. Jupiter rules Sag. Okay, so there's a slowing down and moving beyond illusion. Okay, so what you're letting go of is moving slowly. But right now with Mercury retrograde, that doesn't mean that necessarily that you need to rush ahead, but what it means is that the obstacle is to move beyond illusion. So like what I'm hearing here is stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Stop staying stuck. Stop procrastinating, I'm hearing. You have the Queen of Earth here. So there's passionate new beginnings is your outcome. So this could be a new creative inspiration that comes in with this new moon in Pisces for you, Sagittarius. I'm going to read this Beyond Illusion card. I read the other part of it for another sign before. I'll read this now for you. I'm reading part of the Osho Zen book for every sign, this reading. So this is the only distinction between the dream and the real. Reality allows you to doubt, and the dream does not allow you to doubt. This is like moving so slowly because you doubt yourself. And this is going to burn through this for you, Sagittarius. To me, the capacity to doubt is one of the greatest blessings to humanity. The religions have been enemies because they've been cut the very roots of doubt. And there is a reason why they've been doing that, because they want people to believe certain illusions that they're doing. Why have the people like Buddha been so that the whole existence except your witnessing self, except awareness, is just ethereal, made of the same stuff as dreams are made of? They are not saying that these trees are not there. They are not saying that these pillars are not set there, are not there. Don't misunderstand because of the word illusion, it has been translated as illusion, but illusion is not the right word. Illusion does not exist. Reality exists. Maya is just in between. It almost exists. As far as day-to-day activities are concerned, it can be taken as reality. Only in the ultimate sense, from the peak of your illumination, it becomes unreal and illusionary. So you're stepping into this knowledge that everything is your perception, how you perceive it. And this Mercury retrograde is going to allow this new passion to come in, to burn through anything that's been keeping you stuck, anything that's been not allowing this metamorphosis to take place. Yeah, this new expanded version of yourself. Someone that merges with the trees, knows that everything is one, that is everything we are of the same substance. We are made up of creation. And experiencing is being totally with what's happening now. Hearing the fan. Just hearing that sound, not even needing to label it. It's a sound, it's just is. Being with what is, but not needing to label it or attach yourself to it. It's free flowing energy. And this fire, this gift from the universe, is really going to help you burn through anything that's been keeping you stuck, Sagittarius. So now we have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the new moon in Pisces. You're letting go of a burden, Capricorn, letting go of something that's some old pattern, some old narrative that you're telling yourself. And the obstacle is this connection you have with someone. But there's success here. Wow, so you have water. There's the king and queen of water here. Wow. It's healing. There's letting go of anything that doesn't emotionally fulfill you. So what you're releasing is old painful narratives, getting stuck in same old patterns. Yeah. Letting everyone else tell you how to live your life, living by the opinions of others rather than by your own inner knowing. I am going to read a little bit of this one. We carry a load of shoulds and shouldn'ts. Sorry, excuse me. I just about lost something off my desk. Okay. We carry a load of should and shouldn'ts. When we carry a load of should and shouldn'ts, it's imposed on us by others. We become like this ragged, struggling figure trying to make its way uphill. Go faster, go harder, reach the top, shouts the foolish tyrant he carries on his shoulder, while the tyrant himself is crowned with a rooster. If life these days have felt just like a struggle from cradle to grave, it could be time to shrug your shoulders and see what it feels like to walk without these characters on your back. If you have your own mountains to conquer, your own dreams to fulfill, but you'll never have the energy to pursue them until you release yourself from all the expectations you've gathered from others, but now think are your own. Chances are they exist only in your own mind, but that doesn't mean they don't weigh you down. It's time to lighten up and send them on their way. Yeah, I'm hearing it could be, you know, the obstacle here is a connection, but you're opening up to the flow of life. You're becoming headless, mindless, and healing whatever's kept you, you know, whatever stories have kept you away from this beautiful connection. Because these types of connections don't come in very often, Capricorn. These are two individual whole beings, not relying on the other for their happiness. They are self-sufficient in the joy factor. They come together to enrich each other's lives. And when, you know, they come together, they're friends first and foremost. It's friendliness, yeah? It's really important to be friends with whoever you're attracting. The outcome is for you, you're going to soften into your feminine receptivity here, Capricorn. And there's going to be so much success about this connection. You're going to feel so inspired by what you've created through your own healing, through letting go of everything that no longer emotionally serves you, just letting it drop away. There's huge healing here for you. And you could be dealing with a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or you could have strong water in your chart, or, you know, have, yeah, water and earth in your chart, or Capricorn, and yeah. So, wow, that was a strong message for you there, Capricorn. Now we have the last. We have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And Venus is in Aquarius at the moment. Yeah. So, yeah, meeting, really getting together with friends. Being friends with your lover, I'm hearing. If you want to have one of those relationships, like the Two of Cups energy I just showed you with the two colorful trees, deeply rooted in their own individuality, then you need to have a lover that is such a great friend, that you love hanging out with them, you love talking to them, they make you laugh, they inspire you, they're your friend first and foremost. That's what Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius energy is saying to me right now. Right, so Aquarius, you're letting go of needing to be recognized for what you're doing. It doesn't really sound like Aquarian energy, but this is what you're releasing. Doing things for attention. Doing things... I'm hearing people pleaser. I'm sorry, but that's just what I'm hearing. Because you're close... The obstacle is that there's barriers around you. There's a reason why you want this attention. There's barriers here. What are you hiding from yourself here, Aquarius? What are you trying to hide? What are you keeping behind wraps? There's a lot of heartbreak here. What's happened, Aquarius? There's a lot of internal conflict. This is in conflict outside of yourself, of course, because whatever's happening internally, we make manifest externally. Our thoughts create our reality after all, and how we're feeling vibrates out to the universe, and we get back in equal measure what we're putting out. So what's going on in your mind? You feel like you have to hide yourself away, hide behind a mask because you're comparing yourself to others. Okay, what I'm hearing is you're showing, okay, you're putting on your best front. You're showing, look at me, look at, I'm hearing Instagram, look at my life is amazing, but really, is it? Is this just a facade? Is this just a mask? And how is it making you feel? Because you're looking at other accounts and you're going, wow, look at their life. So much better than mine. I need to make mine just look a little bit better, make it a little bit more glittery, add a little bit more shine to my photos. Really? Do you? Is it making you feel good? I don't think so. The bamboo does not compare itself to the oak, and the oak does not compare itself to the bamboo. I'm going to read a part of this one because is so prevalent, especially with social media. Really getting into that addictive quality and needing to have that many followers or that many likes. Not feeling good enough if you don't. Because Because there's new adventure on offer here, Aquarius. Dropping out of this energy, like these energies, and stepping into more of a colorful, bright future, stepping back into that playful sense of adventure and openness and curiosity, out of the confines of an overactive mind, feeling like you need to grasp and cling and hold on to stuff. It's not attractive. So comparison. Comparison brings inferiority, superiority. When you don't compare, all inferiority, all superiority disappear. Then you are simply there. Small bush or a big high tree, doesn't matter. You are yourself. You are needed. A grass leaf is needed as much as the biggest, brightest star. Without the grass leaf, God will be less than he is. The sound of the cuckoo is needed just as much as any Buddha. The world will be less. The world will be less rich if this cuckoo disappears. Just look around. All is needed and everything fits together. It is an organic unity. Nobody is higher, nobody is lower, nobody is superior, nobody inferior. Everybody is incomparably unique. Every flower's got a right to be blooming. Stay human. Michael Franti lyric. Just focus on being better than you were yesterday. That would be a great seed of intention to put out with this new moon, Aquarius. Instead of comparing myself to others, I desire to be a better version of myself tomorrow. Every moment I'm going to be expanding into a newer, greater version of myself. I have the wisdom of the oracle, and I'm going to allow one card to come through for this new moon and Pisces reading. We have Treasure Island number 9. So this is all about integrity, wisdom. Number 9. Let's see. Treasure Island. It sounds very auspicious. Sounds kind of Taurian energy. Essential meanings. The law of attraction brings dreams into fruition. Yes. The results of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appearing as if from nowhere. Financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. Yes, Taurus energy. Utilizing that Uranus and Taurus energy. Thinking outside the box to create prosperity. Having many income streams. Not relying on a 9-to-5 boring mundane job. It's cool if you love that. It's cool if you're into that. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying thinking outside the box and perhaps not needing to work as much and being very innovative on your income streams. The oracle's message. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. So, what I'm saying to you right now is trust any downloads, any psychic awarenesses, your intuition around this new moon in Pisces. And then it goes on to say, perhaps I should have read it. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others. A treasure shared multiplies like magic. The relationship message: your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need. But you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is the time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. Prosperity. At this time, you can be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are all hitting the mark, and you're in true manifestation period when you're in a true manifestation period when you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity planted in the past. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish as inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others too. Generosity and gratitude should lead you now. And I'm going to read the protection message. Didn't come out in reverse, but I'm hearing that someone out there needs to hear this message as well. Okay, the protection message. Poverty consciousness and a sense of not enough cast a shadow on your path. These ideas and core beliefs come with a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? Or is it possible you're caught up in a fear that you will lose what you've acquired, so you hold on so tight that you missed opportunities to expand? You are challenged to change the way you see the world and move from a perception of limitations to the perception of abundance. Take a risk, for you have nothing to lose except your confinement in the prison of your own making. Open the door and find the abundance waiting for you to claim it. Wow, if you sat through all of that, wow, thank you. Yeah, you've got an hour or so to write down everything you want to release, burn it, and then write out some new seeds of intention for this month. With this 30 days of the moon in Pisces. I love you. I honor you. Thank you so much for being here. Want any more information about me, what I offer, it's all down below. Big love